Welcome to MIC 300 Module 2 Study Session 1. Bacterial Structure and Physiology. Introduction. Bacteria is a gel-like matrix composed of water, enzymes and nutrients, waste and gases, and contains cell structure such as ribosomes, a chromosome, and plasmids. The cell envelope encases the cytoplasm and all its components. Unlike the eukaryotic, that is true cells, bacteria do not have a membrane-enclosed nucleus. Learning outcome for study session 1. At the end of this study session, you should be able, firstly, to explain cell wall and discuss its physiology. Bacterial cell wall. Gram-negative cell walls are thin and unlike the gram-positive cell walls, they contain a thin peptidoglycan layer adjacent to the cytoplasmic membrane. Lipopolysaccharides, also called endotoxins, are composed of polysaccharides and lipid A, which are responsible for much of the toxicity of gram-negative bacteria. The bacterial cell walls consist of the following. Number 1, it is made up of mucopeptide polymer called peptidoglycan. Number 2, it helps to prevent fluid being drawn into the cell and also prevent cell lysis. Number 3, difference in cell wall composition is the basis of gram-staining reaction. Number 4, gram-positive bacteria retains the stains crystal violet, that is, appear purple or black. Number 5, gram-negative bacteria are decolorized and take up the red counter stain, that is, red. Capsules. This helps to increase pathogenicity of bacteria. Capsulated bacteria, for example, Streptococcus pneumonia and Haemophilus influenza type B, are not easily phagocytized and destroyed by host cells. 2. Flagella. A slender thread-like structure, especially a microscopic whip-like appendage, which enables many protozoa, bacteria, spermatozoa, etc. to swim. Flagella are mainly used for locomotion, that is, movement. Examples of flagellated bacteria include Proteus mirabili, P. vulgaris, and E. coli. 3. Pili. Pili is used to adhere to host tissue in order to initiate infection. Example, Escherichia coli use pili to adhere to the urinary epithelium to initiate urinary tract infection. Some bacterium are able to form specialized pili called sex pili, which enable DNA to be transferred from one bacterium to another. Number 4, cytoplasmic membrane, that is CM. CM controls movement of water, ions, nutrients, and excretory substances in and out of the cell. A layer of phospholipids and proteins called the cytoplasmic membrane encloses the interior of the bacterium, regulating the flow of materials in and out of the cell. Number 5, cytoplasma. This contains a single piece of double-stranded DNA, ribosome, that is, protein-making organelles, water, inorganic ions, amino acid, and some granules. Also, certain bacterial process plasmid within their cytoplasma. These are extra pieces of chromosomal material, that is DNA, that can be exchanged between bacterial cells through specialized sex pili. This is another way by which DNA material in form of antibiotics resistance can be conferred on a bacterium. Number 6. Spores. Some bacteria are able to form spores through which they withstand unfavorable conditions. Examples of such bacteria include Bacillus cereus and Clostridium tetani. Number 7. Nucleoid. The nucleoid is a region of cytoplasm where the chromosomal DNA is located. It is not a membrane-bound nucleus, but simply an area of the cytoplasm where the strands of DNA are found. Most bacteria have single circular chromosome that is responsible for replication, although a new species do have 2 or more. Number 8. Ribosomes. Ribosomes are microscopic factories found in all cells, including bacteria. They translate the genetic code from the molecular language of nucleic acid to that of amino acid, the building blocks of proteins. Proteins are the molecules that perform all the functions of cells and living organisms. The figure below shows physiology of living things. The study of physiology is, in a sense, the study of life. It asks questions about the internal working of organisms and how they interact with the world around them. Physiology tests how organs and systems within the body work, how they speak to each other, and how they combine their efforts to make conditions favorable for survival. A brief history of physiology. Hippocrates is considered by many to be the father of medicine. The study of physiology traces its roots back to ancient India and Egypt. As a medical discipline, it goes back to at least as far as the time of Hippocrates, the famous father of medicine, around 420 BC. From here on, the field of physiology opened and advancement was swift. Firstly, Joseph Lister in 1858 initially studied coagulation and inflammation. Following injury, he went on to discover and utilize life-saving antiseptics. Number 2, Ivan Pavlov in 1891 conditioned physiological responses in dogs. Number 3, August Krogh, 1910, won the Nobel Prize for discovering how blood flow is regulated in capillaries. Number 4, Andrew Huxley and Alan Hodgkin, 1952, discovered the iconic mechanism by which nerve impulses are transmitted. Number 5, Andrew Huxley and Hugh Huxley, 1954, made advances in the study of muscles with the discovery of sliding filaments in skeletal muscle. Physiology, biological systems. The major systems covered in the study of human physiology are as follows. 1. Circulatory system, including the heart, the blood vessels, properties of the blood and how circulation works in sickness and health. 2. Digestive stroke excretory system. This domain charts the movement of solid from the mouth to the anus and includes study of the spleen, liver, pancreas, and the conversion of food into fuel and its consequent expulsion from the body. 3. Endocrine system. The study of endocrine hormones that carry signals throughout the organism, helping it to respond in concert. The primary endocrine glands, the pituitary gland, thyroid gland, adrenal gland, pancreas, parathyroids, and gonads are a major focus, but nearly all organs release endocrine hormones. 4. Immune system. The body's natural defense system is comprised of white blood cells, the thymus, and the lymph system, a complex array of receptors and molecules combined to protect the host from attacks by pathogens. Molecules such as antibodies, cytokines, feature heavily. 5. Integumentary system. The skin, hair, nails, sweat glands, sebaceous gland, with secreting an oily or waxy substance. Number 6. Musculoskeletal system. The skeleton are muscles, tendons, ligaments, and cartilage. Bone marrow, the sites of red blood cell creation, and how bones store calcium and phosphate are included. Number 7. Nervous system. The central nervous system, the brain and spinal cord, and the peripheral nervous system. Study of the nervous system includes research into the senses, memory, emotion, movement, and thought. Number 8. Renal/urinary system, including the kidneys, ureters, bladder, and urethral. This system removes waste from the blood, produces urines, and carries away the waste. Number 9. Reproductive system, consisting of the gonads and sex organs. Study of this system also includes investigating the way a fetus is created and nurtured for 9 months. In summary, in this study session, you've learned that number 1, bacterial cell wall. Gram-negative cell wall are thin, and unlike the gram-positive cell walls, they contain a thin peptidoglycan layer adjacent to the cytoplasmic membrane. Lipopolysaccharides, also called endotoxins, are composed of polysaccharides and lipid A, which are responsible for much of the toxicity of gram-negative bacteria. The bacterial walls consist of the following. It is made up of mucopeptide polymer called peptidoglycans. Also, it helps to prevent fluid being drawn into the cell and also prevent cell lysis. Lastly, difference in cell wall composition is the basis of gram staining reaction. Now, number 2, physiology. The study of physiology is, in essence, the study of life. It asks questions about the internal workings of organisms and how they react with the world around them. Physiology tests how organs and systems within the body work, how they speak to each other, and how they combine their efforts to make conditions favorable for survival. Human physiology, specifically, is often separated into subcategories. These disciplines have an impressive breadth of scope. Researchers in the field can focus on anything from microscopic organelles in cell physiology up to more cumbersome topics such as ecophysiology, which looks at all organisms and how they adapt to environment. The most relevant arm of physiological research to medical news today is applied human physiology. This field investigates biological systems at the level of the cell, organ, system, anatomy, organism, and everywhere in between. Thank you. We've come to the end of study session 1.